This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
I was mad that Asbot didn't have any new sound clips to play. He's just been playing the same shit. He's really been resting on his laurels. So we uploaded some new software to Asbot this week. And
shit.
He's got something to say this week. He's got new shit to say. So don't get too excited though, because it's only like one or two things. Because really, it should be like a bank of 15 new things, but it's just one new thing. And what he says is this.
Y'all need a pilot?
Yeah, so he says that in honor of this week's movie, which is Flight Risk. You're listening to the Matt and Mark Movie Show, and my friend Mark and I, we're going to be talking about Flight Risk, the new movie starring Mark Wahlberg, or is it Mark Baldberg? Directed by Mel Gibson. Mr. Mel Gibson. But first...
By the way, did you notice in all the trailers, they
don't say... Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But before we do Flight Risk, we got a couple things around here we got to do first. Quick house clean. I forgot to do this last time. I'm trying to get better about doing this. Our socials, catch us on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, all that stuff. At the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Basically, Matt and Mark Movie Show everywhere. Voicemail 707-948-6707. No one has called and left a voicemail in a very long time. You would be the first. You could be the first. Jeff retired. I think
You're
Jeff
a guaranteed play if you call.
Jeff forgot how to use the phone.
And or he got rid of his car.
We have a YouTube. Like and subscribe to us there. We do video versions of all the pods. I'm trying something new on YouTube where I told Mark this last week, but I'm just going to keep doing it. I think sometimes people are averse to like our audience wants our podcast in full when they're listening to the audio, right? But YouTube people, like if you click a video, I was thinking about this. I'm like, if I click a video that says, I'll make it up, King Ralph review, I don't want to hear 40 minutes of bullshit before they get to King Ralph. I expect to click that video and see goddamn King Ralph, John Goodman's face right away. And then I'm like listening to the review. So I'm like, oh, I had a fucking epiphany. I was like, I should be doing that for our show. So moving
We're not
forward,
well known enough to bullshit.
No, we're not. I'm not on YouTube anyway. So I think at least for a little while on YouTube, it's just going to be the review. So when you click, it says it'll say Flight Risk. It's just going to be the portion of this show us talking about Flight Risk.
That's
and
a
we'll
good
see
move,
how well
I think.
that does for us. I'm trying to optimize the YouTube. I'm trying to think about audiences on platforms and all that exciting net lingo that the people tune in to hear.
It's like optimization.
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 Yes, got to optimization. But before we do anything else, I also want to remind you people to give us ratings and reviews on all your favorite platforms, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. And if you do, we will feature some good new reviews on the show. Mark and I will read them aloud. And,
That'll be pretty fun.
You could witness our dyslexia firsthand. Dude, Mark, I have been waiting for days to talk to you. Before we get to our review of Flight Risk, that's the line for this episode. Before we talk Flight Risk, have I got a story for you, Mark? Mark?
I heard the producer
Story
laughing,
time.
so
That's
I
right.
know it's going to be good.
So if you want to get ahead to Flight Risk, just check the show notes or scrub ahead. I'll try and put a time code in there. I usually do. But if you do, you're going to miss a story, and I don't want you to miss it. Mark, I lived through your personal nightmare on Friday night. Now, as longtime listeners of the show know, Mark does not like to poop in public. He's gone on record many times. He said this. If he's somewhere and he has to go, he'll go home. He'll go to the apartment. He'll go to the Airbnb, right? We've had the famous...
I need home toilet.
Yes, you've had the famous New Orleans recordings that you shared with us, right? Hold on, Mark. Hold on. I got you. Right? Well, there was no I got you to bail me out. Here's what happened, dude. On Friday night,
Oh,
the producer in the booth and I were going to go to a show. The producer in the booth, she likes the ska music. So we're going to go to this ska show, big ska show in town. And the evening's going fucking great. Let me just preface with that, okay? We go to dinner. We go to this fucking fancy sushi place, dude. I'm eating
you
all
got your
this
plants
food.
on.
Oh, I got,
Ganking.
dude. I got the wingtips. I'm ready to skank. I look really cool. I look like one of the cherry poppin' daddies.
I look really cool.
Okay? I look really cool, Mark. I have suspenders. I look like it's goddamn 1997. I look really cool.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tone shirt on.
Mighty. I'm like the Boss Tone. I'm actually the Boss Tone, the guy that dances. Okay. We're eating at this place. I have a wonderful sushi plate. Jalapenos, wasabi. And what I forgot is that my stomach hates me sometimes. And I was feeling great. I had a wonderful dinner. We walked to the show because the fucking theater is like a block away. We get to the show. There's an opening act. The guy's like a DJ, he plays for like an hour. And all during the DJ set, I'm having a good time. But I feel my stomach cramping. Like something's odd. And it's the kind of cramping where you're like, this is not gas. So like I tried to trick my butt into being like, it's gas. Just release it and go about your life. And I was able to do that one time, okay? And I thought, I'm good, because I could feel the release. It's like the docking sound in Interstellar. It's like, right, slides out. And I was like, I'm good. And then 20 minutes passed. Now my stomach hurts worse. And I'm like, if I fart again, it's going to come out. Like, I know it's going to come out.
Oh,
so,
no.
We've been waiting for the band to come out. We thought they were going to come out like 8:30. It's like I've been waiting for a fucking hour and a half. It's like 9:15. No one has come out. They're super late, this band.
I can't hate when that happens.
So I decide, though I had an hour and a half sitting there in agony, I could have gone to poop, come back, and been there to see the band come out. I can't wait anymore for this fucking band. So I decided to go to the bathroom at the theater, okay? Mark, let me paint a picture for you.
Paint a picture.
The minute I leave my seat, I exit to like the little hallway where the bathroom is, I can hear applause. I literally just missed the band come out.
Oh,
so I'm like, you
God.
fucks. I go to the bathroom. Mark, it's one of these. There's like 2 stalls and 2 urinals, and the stalls are way at the far end of the wall. 1 stall is free. I go in, dude, Mark, I shat. I want to say like 5 or 6 times. Like I would shit, be done, try to get up, and I would have to shit again. And I was
Is it like a faucet style?
dude, it was like a fire hose. Okay. And here's the worst part. I can hear the people next to me peeing and going on about their life. They're like, oh, look, I'm peeing. I got a Bud Light. I'm going to go see the concert. And they're congregating in the men's room like, hey, buddy, hey, look at me not having to poop in public. Look at me just being able to pee. And all of a sudden, dude, it wasn't just 1 or 2 people. I'm talking like I was in there so long, 20, 25 different peers have come in to pee. Okay.
Oh my God.
And I can't get off the
Did
toilet.
Craig
I'm stuck there.
show up?
So wait, here's the problem. So now I'm like getting by like the 3rd poop, I'm getting self-conscious that people can smell it. So I do a courtesy flush, hit the flush. While I'm still on it, after the 3rd,
That's no longer a courtesy.
I'm like, seriously, I must be fine. I must be finished. I get up, I go to touch the fucking lock on the stall door, and I poop again. And then guess what, Mark? I pooped
oh my
again.
God.
And hey, guess what, Mark? I pooped a 6th time. I could not
Did you
stop.
miss the show?
Dude, I could hear the first song playing, right? Through the walls while my pants are around my ankles. It hurts coming out. It doesn't feel relief, dude. It feels simultaneously gelatinous and like barbed wire. It's horrid. Okay? And I'm like, what do I do here? Do I text Jess? Am I texting her right now to say, "Hey, I'm shitting my brains out. I don't know what's going on."
Did you give her any warning?
I gave her a warning before I left. I've been gone a while, okay? Meanwhile, in the theater, Jess is like, "Huh, I wonder what's going on. I'm just here at the concert. Here comes the band. She's having a good time." But she's like, "Oh shit." She starts to realize it's been a while since I've been gone. And she's like, "I better turn my phone off do not disturb, just in case like there's a poop emoji or something waiting in the
Oh my
text,
God.
like the bat signal to come get me." Thankfully there wasn't. But dude, there was a hot minute, and when I say hot minute, there was about 15 minutes where I just sat and waited because I was like, every time I've tried to get up, I have had to poop.
Yeah, you can't tell when it ends.
You don't know.
It's an impossibility.
Any flex, any movement, any fucking strain on your stomach could trigger a reaction. Mark, I want to say I got back to the show. They were playing like their third song. I finally managed to get to the song. Yeah. I get to my seat and I can't move because I'm afraid if I move, I'll poop myself. So
Oh my God.
everybody around me is standing and dancing around, bopping to the music, fucking skanking. Jess is like skanking in the aisles and shit, right? Like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tone. And I'm seated. I'm like the one guy that's seated. And here's what the worst part.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not sitting in the back or off to the side. Mark, I'm sitting dead center in the third row. So it's very clear everyone is dancing but me.
And you probably look exhausted, like you don't want to be there.
I look super suspicious too because my jacket is also still on and buttoned to the top because like I'm like the fucking people they pull out of a disaster. They have the safety blanket on in the back of the EMT van. I'm like wrapped up in my own jacket, just afraid, like a human baked potato. Jess is fucking skanking, having a good time, and I'm like,
Holy shit.
I shat my brains out at the ska show, and I now am going to tell Mark about it. And I flashed forward to this moment of me telling you, Mark, I had to shit in the theater at a ska show, and it was horrid. And I'm not a person that cares. I'll poop anywhere, but on Friday night, I felt exposed, Mark.
Mark, literally, he came back from the bathroom and is like, "I lived through Mark's worst nightmare."
Yeah, I literally said, I have lived through Mark's worst nightmare, and I have lived to tell the tale. And let me tell you, Mark, I now understand. I understand why you hate this.
Dude, and the toilet paper is like it's like sandpaper.
Oh, dude, the toilet, dude,
God.
at least sandpaper would be a substance. The toilet paper like would disintegrate upon human contact. You would touch it,
Oh my
and it would
God.
just be gone.
You had to like make the fucking
Yes.
toilet paper boxing glove.
Yes, dude, it was like Kickboxer with fucking Van Damme. I had to wrap my shit up like 8 times to get toilet
individual
paper.
thing.
Like
Dude, that
individual,
stuff's
yep.
the worst. When it breaks and you just feel it touch your finger, touch liquid
Yep.
shit.
Or you touch a soggy ass, which is the worst too. Now forever, dude, I will associate this band with me shitting my brains out. Like the band is almost a little bit ruined for me. Because now I hear their music and it's like a Pavlovian response, like my butt
Was it the
wants to release.
Scatolites?
No, I'll tell you the band. It's a famous ska band. They're called the English Beat. They're a legendary ska band from the 80s. The fact that they're like the Eagles of ska. Like they've been playing for like 50 years.
Wow.
And I've seen them before and I love them. I think they're a great band. I always have a good time at their shows. And I was so excited to be like, look at me, I'm going to go see the English Beat again. And now the band is ruined for me. Like, I don't want to hear the English Beat anymore.
It's traumatic.
It's been that traumatic for me, dude.
So basically, the producer went to a ska show and you went to a scat show. That's crazy that you 3 songs too.
Yeah,
Like
that's
ska
what I
songs are
missed.
super long too.
Yes, and these guys are super long because they give you a lot of instrumentation to dance around. So they play an extra 5 minutes a song. So I know I was missing for a while. Like it was very apparent.
Wow.
Like the people in my row, the other people must have thought that like Jess and I were on a date and I abandoned her. Like they clearly just saw her sitting alone all of a sudden for like 3 songs. So when I came back, they probably assumed we were having an argument. Little did they know. I wanted to turn to my neighbors and be like, "Hey, we're not having marital problems. It's just I had to shit my brains out. I'm having
Oh shit,
real
that
problems."
makes it look even more so if you were just sitting there angry looking.
Yes, it only adds to that lore because she's dancing around happy, and I'm sitting not moving. I wanted to move, but I was afraid.
But you would only bowel move.
That's right. That's right.
Oh
That's-
man, you
that's
have
what I've
my
been sitting on.
sympathy. That is like the worst ever.
Dude, and I also had a fucking moment where, again, like, just remembering your French Quarter thing, like, hold on, Mark. I heard that guy's voice in my head while I was in the bathroom. That's how much this podcast has
Like
affected
Obi-Wan
my real life.
Kenobi, he appears.
Yep.
As a shit.
As like a force ghost. He's like a shitty force ghost. And he was like, hold on, Mark. Hold on.
Use the force.
No, he doesn't want you to force it. He's like, don't use the force.
There's
No
the opposite
force.
of force.
No outside force. That's how I
Don't
began.
use the force.
That's how I began my weekend. That was the
Wow.
beginning of my weekend. And I'm so glad, dude, that I waited to see Flight Risk until Sunday. Because had I originally done what I was going to do, which was see it on Friday before the ska show, I would have forgotten everything about it. Because I have only been able to remember the ska show. And I saw Flight Risk
Wow.
yesterday. So thankfully I'd gotten some time away from the painful memories.
You lucked out. Holy shit.
Yes, dude. There it is. That's my story.
That's
and I'm
crazy,
sticking to it.
man. You have my deepest sympathies. That is by the way, I honestly thought that you were going to say, and there were 2 stalls, both occupied. You know how your body,
No.
once it knows that you're in a
Yep.
bathroom, it just like
It wants to
starts to
release.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
it's a safe place.
It wants to use the force. It wants to force it out. No, thank God, dude. There was one stall on the end, and there was a moment where I was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna turn a corner, and I'm gonna see the inside of the stall, and it's gonna look horrific, like a crime scene, and I'm gonna have to make a choice." Like, you know what I mean?
Like the Alamo Draft House toilet that never flushes.
Yes. Thank God it wasn't like that. I actually lucked out. I pooped in the most as sanitary as a public bathroom at a theater can be. I will also never look at that theater the same way. That's like a theater in my town. And I've gone to see like, comedy, music, different like plays and stuff. I don't know if I can go to that theater now without thinking about the horrendous shit that I left behind in that theater. You know what I mean? Like the pipes in that theater got a workout because of me.
It's like when you go to a haunted location, it's forever ruined.
Yes, dude. Yes, forever,
Oh my God.
forever, forever. Anyway, this week we're talking Flight Risk. Ascot, that's your cue to say your thing.
Y'all need a pilot?
Y'all need a pilot. Mark, last week we reviewed a movie with male pattern baldness. That was Wolfman, a movie where a wolf man has male pattern baldness. And this week, Mark, we've got a psychopath with male pattern baldness.
Oh my God.
And that's Mark Wahlberg. I don't think anybody cares about this movie so much, but let me hit this just in case. We are going to be spoiling Flight Risk, the new movie. So if you're averse to that sort of thing, don't listen anymore. Mark, I wanted to ask you, because I've been going on and on. I didn't mean to do a TED Talk about my fucking shitty ska show experience.
Do people on YouTube get to experience that?
Maybe I'll put that up as a separate thing, but I'll call it something really, really clickbaity, like Matt talks about Honora's saucy scenes behind the scenes. So they click it in their key, they keep waiting, but they just get 30 minutes of me talking about shitting in a skunk. This isn't about
I like that the
Nora.
title. That's
The YouTube thing is always like, Nora,
Oh.
something gone sexual, and that makes people want to click it.
And then you have to have the secondary screen with a video game playing for no fucking
For
reason.
no fucking reason.
Other than people have ADD.
That'll be, dude, that's what I'll do for the review. Flight risk, gone y'all need a pilot, gone sexual.
Y'all need a pilot?
Y'all need a pilot. Thank you, Assbot. Mark, this is directed by Mel Gibson. He's back. And I wanted to ask you, I feel like it's fair to say we're both, at least, we're both big fans, obviously, of,
Oh, yeah.
Mel Gibson, the actor. But how do you feel about Mel Gibson, the director?
I love his films. I can't lie. I love Apocalypto. That's like one of my favorite movies. I think Braveheart's dope. He's a good director. I didn't even know, by the way, I didn't even know he directed a new movie until the trailer came out.
Yeah. I've liked
I like
all of
his
his
stuff.
movies. The only one I never saw Hacksaw Ridge. I never saw that one.
That one wasn't bad, actually.
But
that was his first comeback, I think, right?
Like you, I love Apocalypto. I love I actually love Man Without a Face. That's one that people don't.
I've not seen that
Oh,
one,
that's
actually.
a fantastic movie, dude. That's a really fucking
Really?
good movie. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's a good fucking movie. Nick Stahl, starring a young Nick Stahl, podcast favorite.
Oh,
Nick Stahl.
shit. Yeah.
I like Braveheart. Braveheart's fucking good. You can't beat Braveheart. But dude, I was actually, and I'm gonna go to bat. I'll go to bat for Passion of the Christ. Listen, I'm not, I am no longer a religious guy, but I gotta
Matt went to
admit,
see Jesus get the living shit kicked
Dude.
out of him.
listen, I saw Jesus on that toilet on Friday night. I'm gonna tell you, I saw Mark's Uber driver as a Force ghost, and then I saw Jesus Christ Jim Caviezel from the Passion of the Christ.
Did you like hobble out of the toilet like when Jesus was carrying the big cross?
Yeah. No, what happened is I went into the stall, died, and 3 days later I was risen.
3 songs later, the
3
stone
songs
rolled
later,
away.
the stall door opens and there I am. He's left the
You're in a
Lazarus
white
pit.
robe.
We call that
I'm
stall.
fully clean.
I'm clean. Yeah.
It's like one of those halos, but it's around your asshole.
Yep. No, I'm wearing a homemade halo of toilet paper that I've fashioned out of 89 reams of crappy toilet paper.
Oh, you should use the toilet seat cover papers.
There you go,
That
yeah.
I have no clue how they work. Does anybody know how they work? How do you supposed to
I don't think
position
anybody
those?
knows. So I'll go to Batman. I think Mel Gibson has shown that he not only understands performance, obviously, he's actor, director, he understands how to direct actors, but the fucker knows he knows 2 things: how to visually storytell and how to keep momentum. Like I almost want to say he might be like an editor's dream. He feels like somebody who clearly knows how to cut a movie, how to keep a sequence moving. Especially, I'm not even kidding, dude. Even that Christ movie, it moves. Like it's hard to watch, but it moves. All of his movies move fast. I think the best one. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Apocalypto is like his masterpiece.
I agree with that. I think, yeah, for sure.
And like you,
I
a
think
lot of
I've
people
watched that
were
way more than Braveheart.
a lot of people were stunned that he made Flight Risk, and a lot of people are like holding it up in his filmography, and they're like, "Why did he make this?" I'm like, "You know why? He did it to get back into the Hollywood system, right? And it paid
He's
off
doing
for
the
him."
M. Night strategy, right? Where you
Yes.
start off with like a very low budget movie.
Something
And
little.
I think, yeah, you're right. Because the articles I've seen so far is I hear the reviews are mixed, but it's making money, I think.
It's
and
the
it's
number one movie in America. So it's a success, because if his experiment was to make a Hollywood movie, get back in the system, and have it be a success, he's done it. Like, you can't fucking argue with that. I don't care how you feel about the man personally. He did the thing he fucking set out to do. He did that shit.
And it
So-
worked.
And it worked. And I'm going to tell you. Well, actually, you know what? I think this might be a good time to play predictions.
Ooh.
Instead of writing it down, I kind of like what we did last week where we guessed and then we
Okay.
revealed. So, how about this? Let's play predictions. I'm going to guess. Here we go. I'm going to guess Mark liked it. I think he may have found some things silly, but I'm going to say overall he was a fan of Flight Risk. Mark, what's your prediction? Where do you think I stand?
I think I have a similar one to you. I was actually thinking about that as the movie was going on. I was like, will Matt, because I think we watched on the same day too. So I was like, will
Yes.
Matt actually like this movie? And part of me thinks that you find it ridiculous and some of it extremely stupid, but overall, I'm gonna guess that you were entertained.
Should we reveal now? Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah, okay, I'll reveal it, I
Yeah,
guess.
reveal
Yeah.
how you felt.
I was super entertained. I understand that a lot of stuff is dumb. The one thing that there's a lot of stuff that also doesn't make sense. Like sometimes they can hear each other with the headsets on and the other person can't. But then as the movie progresses, you can hear everything. So there's a lot of dumb inconsistencies. But overall, it was like super fun, and Mark Wahlberg was ridiculous, and it was kind of interesting to see how his character played out, especially after watching the trailer. And there's a lot of stuff that surprised me. Visually, it looked better than I thought it would. And I had fun. The audience had, I mean, I was in like, everybody in my audience is probably like 70 years plus, but everyone loved it.
Um,
Myself included. I'll be honest, I had fun. I separated myself from the stupidity of certain things, and I had a good time, I think.
so I'm right about my prediction for you. I would just
Yeah,
say,
I think
yeah.
so.
So I'm going to say you're almost bang on with yours, except I will just come out and tell you I actually really liked Flight Risk. Because you know what I like, Mark? I like two things. You know, I like silly schlock.
Bald
And
men.
this is filled with silly schlock and bald men. Um, but you know what else I like? I like economical storytelling. And this movie does it. It's 90 minutes, which is awesome. It's a quick little
Yeah.
ride. You can hop on, hop right off, you're done, right? But the thing I really liked about it was it kind of starts to feel like, I know it's not really so much because you get that beginning scene, but it feels like a real-time movie. Like it feels like you're on the flight for 90 minutes, and that's what the
Even
movie
they
is.
even say that the flight is 90 minutes
Yes.
too, which I thought was kind of cool.
It's just really cool. And like even with that, you have the super economical storytelling. Like they fucking make the most of the small stakes. They make the most of the setting, because you're like, well, how much can they really? It's not like you're on a giant commuter plane. Like it's. I kept thinking of
Yeah,
other
it's
plane
tiny.
movies like Red Eye or like Turbulence with Ray Liotta. Like these movies take place on 747s we can do a bit
Passenger
in the cargo
57.
hold. The Passenger 57. We can do a bit in the cockpit. We could do a bit back here. Like you're in a Cessna passenger plane. Like there's no room. There's room
This
for
one,
three
you see,
people.
this is like the first airplane movie that's on an airplane for such an extended period of time where you can see fully into the back of the airplane. Like,
Yes.
you see that's the end of the airplane. There's no cargo holds, or they're not crawling anywhere. Everything is in that plane.
Yes, and
just
that's the thing. Is
crazy.
like that's super challenging. If you're like, hey, I got a script, I got to keep this shit interesting. I've got to have reversals of power. I've got to have some twists. How can I do that in what is essentially like? It would be like shooting a movie in this room. Just like this is all. We can't leave this room. We're just in this room. And dude, it moves. You're
the way-
never bored. It feels like they make the most of it. And I think a lot of that is Mel Gibson, dude. I'm not even
I
kidding.
agree. Did he write this, by the way?
No, it's a guy. It's some guy I've never
Oh, that's
heard
right.
of.
Something Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
I forgot.
Jared
Is it
Rosenberg or
Jason?
something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So the one thing I was going to say is kudos to the writer too. But one thing I liked is a lot of suspense happens off screen, and that
Yes.
for me is hard to do because it's like I'm not watching a fucking audio dramatization. But I mean, when they were trying to find out who the mole is, just from inside the cockpit.
Oh, it's
I
great.
love that
It's
shit
great.
so much.
I
And
also
then
love
when you
too
find
that
out
they
it's the director.
they
Cool.
pay off different like the simple payoffs too of like there's that payoff that happens fully off screen, right? Even with the fucking phone call at the end, right? But the other funny payoff that I thought I was like I love that he leaned into comedy was like that the Hassan guy that's helping her land the plane, like he's giving her instructions on the phone, is like a real guy who shows up at the end and is exactly what he said he is. Like he
Yes,
wasn't.
I was so happy for that.
Yes.
My fear was that it was going to turn out and it was like the whole time it was Mel Gibson doing a racist accent. Can you imagine that? He's just
Dude,
pretending.
that would be bold. if the whole time he was doing an Indian accent or something. I just thought it was funny, like they didn't cheap out and go like, oh, that guy who's been helping her the whole time and has been saying he's going to take her out to dinner and stuff, that he's going to be revealed to be like a secret assassin at the end that was sent by this guy to kill, right, to kill
Yeah,
Topher
I
Grace.
know. I was so.
No,
By the way,
he's just
great.
a regular
I
guy,
love-
and the camera psychs you out. Like it sets up that expectation because you're like, oh fuck, he looks really shady, and then you realize, oh look, there's the real guy, and he looks like really silly and
he's
friendly.
super happy. He looks
Yeah.
like a really sweet person. I hate when movies do that where they build up a character and you're like, he's such a nice guy, and then they just turn him into a complete turd. In this movie, it's like the payoff. I was so happy with that.
Yeah.
The other thing too is it's like that the amount of suspense they could build just from conversations was pretty incredible.
Yes.
And the other thing that I liked too was like, okay, outside of the dumb stuff I was talking about with the headsets, they did some really cool, realistic stuff that threw me off. Like the knife slides to him, but they kept it real where they show him trying to kick the knife up so he can catch it, and
Yes.
it doesn't work. And he has to steal her glasses to pop the threads out of the leather. So there was some very intelligent stuff that they did put in there. So if you're looking for it, yeah, it's there. I mean, I understand that you have to do certain things to move a story along, and sometimes reality is not your best way to do that. But I feel as though they use reality in this movie in the good way, and they use unreality also in a good way, because the whole time I never knew what was going to happen. You couldn't like, I don't know, at least for me, I felt like I couldn't predict what was going to happen next.
And I feel like a big part of that, dude, is Mark Wahlberg, because here's the way I was thinking about it. Topher Grace and the marshal, the U.S. Marshal, I forget the actress's real name. She's a Downton Abbey lady. She's really good.
Oh,
at
yeah.
it. But it's funny, their characters and the characterization on them is so real. They both feel like real people. And here's what I kind of love about it. They feel like real people. Mark Wahlberg feels like a movie psychopath. So it's kind of this interesting thing of being like, what would happen if two real people were like stuck in a room with Robert De Niro from Cape Fear? Like of this movie psychopath that is larger than life, crazy, is not afraid of killing, wants to do all this disgusting shit to them. Like once I started to like think about it that way, I just kept really liking the movie more and more. But I gotta tell you, I know Mark Wahlberg is ridiculous, and his fucking accent, all of his accents, he has like 3 accents in the movie, they're all ridiculous.
Y'all need a pilot?
But dude, he's great in the movie. Like he is legitimately great. When he comes into the movie wakes up all of a sudden, and it's like with a jolt. Every fucking line. This is the one, my only gripe. I only have one gripe. I didn't even care about the inconsistency with the heads. I didn't even care because I was having such a good time. My only gripe was, and this is the best note of all, I wanted more. I was like, doesn't it feel like some of Mark Wahlberg's dialogue was like ADR'd to the point where it was either like they had to clip something really messed up that he said to make a rating, or they didn't know what he
interesting.
was going to say in a scene? Because I have a feeling
He does say some pretty disturbing
he says
stuff,
some
so
fucked up
I can
shit.
see, yeah.
But I want to say, like, I feel like if this was the heyday, like the mid-2000s of unrated edition DVDs,
Or 90s, like, yeah.
there would be like an unrated cut of this movie where we would get all the filthy shit that Mark Wahlberg says, because I can tell you, he probably said some fucked up shit. And I was also watching Mel Gibson on Joe Rogan, which I know is like the most problematic statement. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just telling you where I got the information. Don't fault me. I shat my brains out at a ska show. I'm just an innocent man, okay? I was curious.
It's okay to listen to stuff.
I knew he wanted to talk about flight risk. And one thing he said to Joe Rogan, I don't know if he was joking, was he said, Mark Wahlberg said all kinds of horrible shit that he had to cut. And somewhere on an edit bay a hard drive, it's like Mark Wahlberg's psycho character saying all this crazy shit. And I wish we had an unrated DVD. Like, I just could tell he had to ADR some stuff to tone it down.
You can see
That's
his
my
lips
only
saying
gripe.
one thing.
And I also want to give all the actors are great. Mark Wahlberg steals the movie. But I was actually kind of impressed too. Like they showed restraint. Like he's not in the whole movie. He really spends most of the runtime passed out and tied up. It's kind of crazy because it makes it seem like he's like it, right? Really, most of the runtime you spend with the Downton Abbey lady and Topher Grace. And Topher Grace is fucking awesome. We talked about him.
He's good.
When we talked about Heretic. He's so good, dude.
I
I
like that
think
he's having a comeback. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
same. He's just so funny. Like doesn't he also like he has an assholish quality about it, but there's something endearing about him. He's like an asshole that you'd want to be friends with or that you feel sorry for almost. It's a weird
Yeah, that's the thing is
character.
you feel as though he kind of feels like you would be annoyed by him, but
Yes.
spoiler, toward the end when he is dying, you don't want him to die,
No. No, you
you
don't
know?
want yeah. Especially too, it's such a gut punch when he gets stabbed by Wahlberg and it's brutal, the stabbing.
And
It's
he gets
really
stabbed
brutal.
twice.
Yes, he gets
Like
stabbed in
you're
like
like,
the
oh
gut
God,
and the
he
heart.
survived. And then he gets another one.
Dude, and
And I think
then
Mark Wahlberg
and then
says something
later
funny like, "You don't need your spleen."
they try to kill him at the airport when they actually fucking land the plane. That's what that shot is in the trailer when he's got the bag over his head and he's being suffocated. That's him in the back of an EMT van.
By the way, I thought that I really loved the way they killed off Mark Wahlberg too. That was one of the most
Great.
satisfying death sequences
Yes.
that I've seen in a movie for the longest time. You're like, finally, a good comeuppance for a piece of shit character.
Yes, and brutal. It was brutal. Like, okay,
That's-
let's just say it. This is
He
how he
he
dies.
delivers on the violence for sure.
They crash land. He gets thrown out of the back of the plane. He's on the runway as all the fire trucks and EMTs are racing after them, and he gets run over. Now, any other director would have just had the reaction and then the hit, and that's it. Mel Gibson cuts to a shot underneath, like on the underneath the chassis of a car,
It's
so you
so
could see him get
gross.
run over. You could physically see the dummy like
It's like
hit.
the body's like rolling
Yes, you can see
and
it roll.
bouncing between.
It's fucking
rolling the
great.
body. Oh my God.
In that way, kind of with the fucked up psycho, the quick pacing, the fast runtime, and the crazy violence. And I say this as a compliment. Didn't it feel to you a little bit like a '90s thriller, like a mid '90s
It
thriller?
did.
Right?
There was it gave me a lot of the vibes from like Speed, but also
Yes.
there was that. Do you remember what was that one movie? I think Sam Neill's in it. I've been trying to look at it on the side here.
Dead Calm?
Where they're on the yeah. It reminds me
Dead
a lot
Calm.
of Dead Calm,
Yep.
where it's like you don't know if the bad guy's fully dead. Is he going to come back? Is he going
Yes.
to jump out of somewhere? It's a small enclosed location. So yeah, I got a lot of like throwback energy in this movie, which was cool.
100%.
And I
I
felt
kept
that
thinking
it was
too, like Wahlberg felt a lot like Max Cady from Cape Fear, like a lot
yeah.
in a
I
good
like
way.
that kind
in a
of
good
like
way.
almost over the top. It's like
Yes.
it's slightly real, but borders on like almost caricaturish, but in a
Yes.
good way because I mean the guy seems like a psychopath, especially when they reveal that he carved up the other guy and they like he took his time with him. And you're
Yes.
like, oh shit, okay, this guy's like a legit psycho. And
Yes.
the other fact that he doesn't care that he'll die. That's another thing where it's like you can't do anything to this guy. And then he doesn't even mind hurting himself. He like fucking dislocates
Oh
his
yeah,
thumb.
rip the
peels
skin
his
off the
skin
hand.
off.
Yep, just to get out of that. Oh god, that was that's what I'm talking about. Like the brutality was really surprising. I think that a lot of people, unfortunately, are not going to give this movie a shot because of who's involved. But I will tell
Yeah.
you, this movie is way better than those people will ever give it credit for. It's just entertaining. Like Mark and I have talked about this. Like you could separate the art from the artist, and I got to tell you, I think you should because especially if you like those kinds of thrillers and you just want a good fucking time at the movies, dude. I gotta say, I think Flight Risk is good. Like,
Yeah.
we're not a thumbs
it's
up,
like-
thumbs down show, but I give this shit a thumbs up.
But
I
doesn't
really
it also
do.
feel like life's too short to restrict yourself from watching
Yeah.
really
What are you
legit?
gonna do?
It's
You're
also-
not,
you know what
you're not
sucks?
gonna watch
It's
Naked
also-
Gun because of O.J. Simpson? Come on, you're gonna watch.
Well, here's the
Naked
thing.
Gun.
The thing that I try to think about too is like, look at all the other talent that was behind a movie, and you're gonna judge it based on the actions of one person outside the movie. It's like
Totally.
you're also. I feel as though it's disrespectful all the good people that are probably in the majority that worked on a film. It's like,
Yes.
so they get nothing out of it. Those poor
Those
bastards.
camera ops and grips and people who have babies and shit they gotta support, and you're taking food out of their kid's pocket because you don't like Mel Gibson. Fuck
Yeah,
that
fuck
shit.
that.
Fuck
Also,
that
it's
shit.
just it's a guy. You don't want to have
It's a
fun at the
guy.
theater. You want to watch another depressing fucking A24 movie.
Yeah,
No
come
offense,
on.
A24.
You've really been
Yeah,
on
this-
an anti A24 kick lately.
Well, the thing is, it's like I'm getting tired of the let's go all dark and moody and sad, and I'm like,
Yes.
that's life already. Life is dark. It's moody. It's sad.
yeah.
I mean,
Give me more
I want to.
escapism. I think
Yeah,
that's what I like
I
about
want
this.
the
This
bad
felt
people not to
escapist.
persist, but to get run over by trucks. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I also like the idea of like, again, you have real world people up against the movie Psycho. It's just very clever. It feels that way. It just feels good. This felt like a thrill ride. I know that sounds like very obnoxious. It's an e-ticket thrill ride. But it is. That's exactly what it is. You paid money to get on a plane with a movie Psycho that you can't get off the plane for 90 minutes. And they fucking make it interesting. Like, Mel Gibson is that good of a director, dude, that he made that work.
I mean, think about it. He's done like stuff large in scope, like
Yes.
Braveheart, and then he does something this small, and it's still awesome.
Yeah.
That's a talented regard. Yes, he said some stuff that's horrible, but he's still a good filmmaker at the
Yeah, it
end of the
doesn't
day.
diminish his talents or contributions or the fact that the man
It
can just
sucks
make a
that
good
he
fucking
has
movie.
that, but
It's the stigma, it's the culture that we're in now. People just want to hang on to that. I do believe there's a conversation to be had by a much better, more academic show than ours about like
well, I think
the fact that people should have the ability to be forgiven and grow and change, and we should just be able to move on as people. But
yeah, ours
this
is. I
is-
feel as though our show is more of like a visceral reaction to a piece of
yes,
content.
yes.
So we don't have to go into like the annoying, like everyone else is doing political shit.
Yeah, we
We're
don't
just
do
like,
that
this is a
shit.
fun fucking movie. Enjoy fun movies. You know,
Yes.
life's too short to
Have
not
fun.
I mean, what else is in the theater right now? Come on, have fun.
Crap. Everything else
And
is crap.
Mark Wahlberg is super entertaining.
He's so
I
good.
thought he was great. And the thing is, like, all the good guys, you root for them. That's how I know it's a good sign. Like, every single one of the good guys,
Yep.
you want to succeed. And
Yeah,
it's
and even then, even
it's sad when
characters
her
you've never
director
met,
dies.
even characters you've never met, like now that we know that Topher Grace's mom is in danger at a certain point and no one else has her address, that's how you know that there's a leak in the department. Like, you're afraid for this woman because you like Topher Grace. And he's a bad guy. He's a witness that they're taking to trial. Like, that's how good the character work is in this. That I cared enough that once he had that reaction to the picture of the house, I already knew. I was like, oh fuck. It's somebody who he's tried to keep hidden, and now their fucking lives are in danger. And who knows what this who knows what Mark Wahlberg did to this person's body. Kind of fucked up. Dude,
He
let's talk about
removed
something.
the fingers and the teeth and the eyes.
Let's talk about something super important. Is he really bald, or is it a really good bald cap?
Didn't it feel like you could see like where they shaved?
It felt real.
There were
it felt
some
like
shots-
a shave.
There were some shots where it looked like you could see the undergrowth, and there were other shots where it just looked like you got he basically looked like handsome George Costanza because you could see the little like feathery hairs at the back, you know.
Yeah.
So it looked real. That, by the way, I thought that was going to bother me for the movie, but I completely forgot that he actually has hair.
I'm Googling this. I'm gonna say is Mark.
I thought it was funny the reaction when he takes the hat off, and there was that little tiny piece of hair that he used to cover this part. I love that he felt the need to cover this part of his forehead with that little tuft of hair.
So I'm gonna share my screen, which I think I can do again. Yay! It's real.
Nice.
It's real, Mark. Mark Wahlberg did shave his head to play a bald pilot in the movie Flight Risk. He shaved the middle of his head and left a horseshoe around the sides. And there's a picture. There's a real picture of him. So he really fucking did that shit.
To me, I feel as though I would rather have him use a prosthetic because you can still see the 5 o'clock shadow.
You saw that quote? No bald cap for me. We go all in. So that guy really...
But the funny part is it's actually better as a prosthetic.
It's better as a prosthetic.
Because, I mean, I don't want to see... That's like saying I don't have a beard, but look, you see the fucking stubble. It's like, where are the stakes of this bald man? He knows it can come back at any minute.
That's in the sequel, Mark. That's in the sequel. It just says Mark Wahlberg's hair will ... never return. And it's just him bald forever. Could you imagine if you
He does
shaved your
like a
head?
Shia LaBeouf where I think he didn't he get tattoos or some actors pull their teeth out?
Brad
He
Pitt has
permanently
pulled his
makes
teeth
himself
out.
bald.
Dude, do you remember that episode of Seinfeld where there was like a guy who was shaving his head. Elaine was dating him, and she sees a picture of his license, and she's like,
yes.
You have amazing hair. I could be dating a guy with this hair." And she makes him grow it back, and he then realizes he tries for her, and it just comes back in patches. And it's the realization that he's been doing it so long, he's doomed himself. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. He's created his bald life. Do you think that, dude, what if he did that? Mark Wahlberg shaves his head and he thinks his hair is going to come back. And then it
Oh my
doesn't.
God.
You imagine, dude?
Dude, and his career dies because he has no hair.
He has to Jude Law it. He either has to have the fake hair piece.
Jude Law and Jason Statham can do it. Most people wind up
Yes.
like, what the hell's that guy's name in Titanic? Remember
Billy Zane.
he was in the Phantom?
Billy Zane.
Yeah. And his career was going really well until his hair departed.
All of his hair left.
Poor bastard.
Dude, if you want to, dude, his hair. Oh, speaking of Billy Zane's hair, I have something to tell you later in Get Wrecked. It involves Billy Zane's hair. I'll leave it at that. So Mark Wahlberg really did shave his head. I guess if that's what you wanted to know, if you take nothing else away from this podcast, it's that we got to the bottom of whether or not Mark Wahlberg really did shave his head.
You know what? I've always been a big fan of Mark Wahlberg, even in the Marky Mark days, and of course, Three Kings really kicked it into gear. So I totally respect him for shaving it. I may have made fun of him for that, but I'm glad he did. It's kind of a cool character thing, especially since we know him so well.
Yeah.
As like he's basically the good-looking guy. So to see him, not that bald people are ugly. So please don't think I say that because
I don't think all
Jason Statham is
bald
one of the
people are
most handsome men.
dangerous or criminals. I just want to clarify. Although being bald is like the shorthand for male tough guy. It's like every tough guy you know is bald with a goatee.
It's like he's so tough he scared the own hair off of the top of his head.
He's so tough he intimidated his barber, and now he's not allowed to get a haircut anymore. So he just has to shave his head. Mark, you know, I also remembered this because I often forget about this movie because I love to, I love to get context and remember. Okay, I love to compare this to other movies, right? I was thinking about other airplane movies like Wes Craven's Red Eye, which is a great movie, and Turbulence with Ray
another good
Liotta.
one, yeah.
Ray Liotta on an airplane, Turbulence, fun movie. But I was thinking, I was like, has Mark Wahlberg ever played a psycho before? And I remembered he has in the movie Fear. Have you ever seen Fear?
Oh shit. You know what? I remember, I don't think I've seen it, but I do remember at the time seeing posters, and I think I remember seeing like, the box art and stuff for it, but
It's
I've never actually seen it.
It's early in
Is it
Mark
good?
Wahlberg's career. I remember it being really fun. It's been a long time since
Fear.
I've seen it. And the guy from Manhunter, William Peterson, plays the dad to a young Reese Witherspoon, Reese Witherspoon is his daughter, and she starts dating Marky Mark, and he is a psycho. He's like a teenage psycho. And he's really good in it, because I was like, damn, could this really be the first time Mark Wahlberg has played a psychopath? And then I remembered this movie, because it's just one of those movies that like I forgot existed. And I remember it being kind of good. I think it came out in 96, 95, 96, called Fear.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll check this out. This sounds
Yes.
cool.
Also starring William Peterson from Manhunter and To Live and Die in
he
L.A.
plays a psycho with hair in this one.
He's got hair. He doesn't shave. This is before that was allowed, Mark. He wasn't allowed to shave his head in the mid-90s. They were like, whoa. This kind of thing is reserved for William Peterson. People we don't care about anymore. You are a sex symbol. You can't shave your head. We're trying to sell tickets here.
Oh my god. Wait, did you see this in the theater, by the way?
No, I saw it on pay-per-view. This was that time of year when my dad would steal pay-per-view from the neighbors. Did I ever tell you that? We had an illegal cable box, and my dad, for like a lot of my childhood, would steal pay-per-view. And so
Wow,
I would see
that's
all these
cool.
movies, and back in the day, I don't know how pay-per-view works now, but back in the day, pay-per-view essentially had like 9 channels, and each channel was a movie. So like, if Child's Play 2, that's the thing I always remember, Child's Play 2 was a new movie, it's always playing on pay-per-view 2, so I can always go to pay-per-view 2, and that's always on. Happy Gilmore is playing on pay-per-view 3, I can always see Happy Gilmore. So that's how I saw a lot of movies, and I remember that was during the pay-per-view era. There was a Fear channel, and I just remember that for like 2 weeks, every day. I was like, oh, Fear's on again?
Wow.
Yeah. It's the same scene. I won't give anything away. There's a very famous scene in Fear, I'm remembering, where he takes Reese Witherspoon on a roller coaster. So there you go, just like
Oh,
the
wow.
plane, just like in a small space, he takes Reese Witherspoon on a roller coaster. And
That'd be funny if the whole movie's in a roller coaster.
Oh my god, I heard about this
Have you
movie
seen
on the
this
bus.
movie?
No, God, no.
Oh.
But
the producer in the booth knows this movie.
I've heard
She
of
doesn't
this
know a lot of
movie.
movies.
I've heard about this movie.
Yes, some shit goes down on the roller coaster
Whoa.
between Mark Wahlberg and Reese
Whoa.
Witherspoon. I won't say what it is,
shit.
just so I
Okay.
don't spoil it for Mark. So then he can
Maybe
come
I
back
think I'll
next
watch.
episode.
Maybe I'll watch this tonight. It'll
Okay.
be.
It is worth
on my
checking
Get
out.
Wrecked.
If you're in like a fun '90s thriller mood, it'll scratch that itch.
You know, by the way, that's why like I'm glad you brought that up because that's probably one of the reasons why we enjoy this movie so much. It does have like a very throwback nature to it, which
does.
is really cool.
Yeah, it felt a lot like those kinds of movies. The other movie I kept thinking about was The Crush. Remember The Crush with Alicia Silverstone?
Crush. No.
Alicia Silverstone
Crush.
was like a bad girl. This was before Clueless, and she falls in love with Carrie Elway from The Princess Bride. He's just like a rich guy that moves in to like a new house, and she lives across the street
wow.
or next door or something, and she's obsessed with him. She wants to fuck his brains out. And so once he rebuffs her because she's like 15 and he's like, I don't want to go to jail, she begins to ruin his life. It's called The Crush.
Weren't there like a bunch of movies like
There's
that
a ton of
back
movies.
in the day?
Drew
Like,
Barrymore
the
did a bunch
Ruin Your
called
Life
Poison Ivy.
movies?
The Poison Ivy movies
Oh shit!
are
I
all like
remember
that,
those.
dude. Yes, they're all like that.
Wow,
they're all
that's
like
a blast from the past.
yes, dude. Blast from the past. I just thought about my situation on Friday night, and I thought of Blast from the ass. Mark, do we have any other comments about flight risk?
I know. I feel as though I would just gush about it. I think, regardless of what you think of Mel Gibson, I feel as though if you want a fun roller coaster ride at the theaters, check it
Yes.
out. That's what I'd say.
Agreed. Agreed. Also, too, I don't know, it might just be that time of year, but finally, after a month or so of the same goddamn trailers, we finally got all new trailers in front of this movie. So that was great. I got to enjoy new trailers for things. I thought there was a bunch of stuff. We both saw the trailer for Drop, which looked really fun, I thought.
That buzzing sound, that
Oh, this is funny. So you said you saw Flight Risk with a bunch of 70-year-olds. I had one other person in my screening, and
did they like it?
he was like a very scary man who was listening to YouTube videos really loud, so I couldn't hear Maria Menounos do her
that's
thing.
right.
Yes, Maria Menounos was
he
drowned out. He
for the
behaved
rest
when
of
the movie started. He was acting up a little bit during the trailers, you know? I think he was like, he was making like caveman noises. He was doing something. He was way far away from me. And then thank God when the movie started,
you
he just sat down.
nervous?
Yeah, there was a hot minute where I was like, I'll just see the next show. Fuck it, I'm going to leave.
It's Mark Wahlberg behind you.
Yeah.
That blade.
Yeah, I'm like, I hear a stirring and I turn and then that guy's there and he's like,
Y'all need a pilot?
I'm like, oh God, no. I gotta get out of here. We're really milking that one new sound clip Asbot has. We're really gonna milk
It's like,
that
God,
shit
please
this week.
hope we have some more airplane movies.
All your retro reviews are airplane movies.
Yeah.
The shit? I know, I wanted to think, because, like, there is some cool stuff coming out next month, but I'm like, what are we gonna fucking talk about? I'm like, is it gonna be a bunch of retro reviews? I feel like we should do a commentary next month. I want to, like,
that sounds fun.
I have some ideas for next month, because I originally, all right, I'll just fucking say it. Originally, I was like, you know what would be fun? Because you and I have talked about this before, would be to do like a themed month. So you have like 3 episodes and each, you know, I'll make it up. We joked that we'll never do this, but we joked about doing like Frankenheimer February, where like every
That'd be
week
cool.
was a John Frankenheimer movie that like you would pick a week, I would pick a week, you would pick a week, etc. And we would only watch John Frankenheimer movies. It would be like devoted to John Frankenheimer. And now I was like, is that too much to go all in on like a theme for a whole month? Because like when you do that, you miss like, oh, here's the new horror movie that came out in February with the Hard Eyes Killer, right?
Oh yeah.
You know I want to see that shit. But I'm like, oh, it would be so cool to do like a themed month, you know? And then it's like, well, how does that work too if you want to do other things, if you want to have a commentary,
It'd have to
right?
be a pretty dead month, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm saying I think for
Basically everything streaming release would have to
oh yeah.
stink.
Yep.
Movie releases would have to be just totally like boring.
Yeah, because I feel like, oh, look, the Marvel ban, we lifted the Marvel ban for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not lifting it again. So we are not going to be talking about Captain America Brave New World. I could give a fuck. I'm probably not even going to see it. I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm interested in Hard Eyes. I know you said you were interested in Love Hurts.
Yeah, that actually looks
So,
pretty
like,
good.
there is some cool looking things happening, but man, I feel like if there was a month to just be like, all right, fuck it. We're not reviewing any first run movies. We're either going to do retro reviews, or we're going to do a theme, or we're going to do, I don't
Both
know.
of those movies, by the way, sound like our audience wouldn't give a shit, so it would be okay to miss them.
I
Feel.
know. I'm tempted. I feel like if there was a month for us to try this, it might be February. Right? I don't know.
I think so, yeah. If there's really nothing out, mine as well, right?
Those are the only two things I can think of: Hard Eyes and Love Hurts.
The only thing I really want to see, to be honest, and it's such a late release, is the Den of Thieves 2 movie.
Oh, Den of Thieves, that's going to be on streaming soon, or that's going to be on VOD soon. I think it comes
Probably
out on
shouldn't even go
VOD
to the
this
fucking
week.
theater then. Really?
I think if you want to see it in a theater, you should probably go this week. Because I think that's going to be on VOD now, like soon.
Damn.
And also, The Wolfman did
Releases
so
are
poorly.
fast.
The Wolfman's definitely coming to VOD this week or next week. For sure.
Wow.
It
Who would've
sank like a
thought?
goddamn stone. You see? That's how the world works, Mark. There's karma and balance. One male pattern baldness movie doesn't do well. Another male pattern baldness movie rises to the top. Number one movie in America, Mark. That's how it
Not
works.
the hair, the movie.
Not the hair doesn't rise. The movie rise. All right. Do we want to do some Rex, dude?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck. I'm gonna wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck.
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
Y'all need a pilot?
Oh, you knew he was going to do it. You know what's hilarious is that next week we're going to be talking about something else, and he's still going to be saying, y'all need a pilot.
Yeah. Like, but that was a movie about
Wait a minute.
Elvis.
Get
I almost said
wrecked.
John Denver.
John Denver. Dude, anytime somebody says John Denver, I can only think of that bit in Dumb and Dumber where he's like, the Rocky Mountains, huh? That John Denver is full of shit, man. So you know what I'm talking about? Hey, Get Wrecked. It's the part of the show where we talk about movie recommendations, fun shit we've been watching that we want you guys to watch too. We only like to list the good things, the good recs. Mark, I believe you said you had two. I have two. What do you got? Let's go back and forth. You kick us off. What do you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I saw I haven't seen many Asian films recently,
Nope.
and especially like Hong Kong action films that I feel as though they've kind of like, or at least for me, I felt like they kind of died off, or the ones that I was interested would get such terrible ratings. And then finally, I saw this one. It's called Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. It's a very long title, but it's about the Kowloon Wall City that was demolished in around 93 or 94. It was like this leftover region in Hong Kong where it was just like, it basically looked like a fortress made out of apartment buildings. Anyway, this is about all the gangs in there, and they're battling for control. And the action sequence, I sent one to Matt. They're
Dude,
crazy.
it's
Sammo
fucking
Hung
nuts.
is in it too, and he
Sammo Hung's
actually
great.
fights in it and kicks ass. But
Is this
I'm
a
not
new?
familiar
This
with
is a
these
new movie.
actors.
This is a new movie or
Yeah,
old
this is
movie?
actually from 2024, and you can
Oh,
watch
shit.
it on Amazon now. You
Oh,
can
shit.
watch it, and there's some commercials, but it's not that bad. And there's no, I looked it up, I couldn't find any 4K streamer of it in the US, so Amazon's your best bet. I'll be honest, there's a couple sections toward the end where it does get a bit draggy, but don't worry, they'll come back with a crazy action sequence, and you'll
Dude.
just see bodies getting thrown
That
everywhere.
scene you
It
sent
feels
me
real.
is fucking nuts. I saw that scene and I was like, the first thing in my mind was American action sucks. I was like, look at how propulsive this is. all the hits feel like life or death. They do these fucked up things to people. Like I was like, this is a fucking action scene. That scene
Dude,
was so
dust
good it made
flies
me want to
everywhere.
watch it. It makes me want to
By the
watch
way,
it.
I'm Chinese from the Cantonese side, more Hong Kong. So it was really cool to see a Cantonese movie because the majority of Chinese films you'll see they'll be in Mandarin. And I feel as though Cantonese is kind of slowly dying out. And
Mm,
I'm glad to see this because it keeps it alive. And it's nice to see the older Hong Kong actors mixed with these new ones. And it just looks amazing. It takes place, I believe, in the late 80s, and they capture that look perfectly.
nice.
Anyway, check it out. It's got a pretty decent, it actually has a decent score. If you believe IMDb, it's got a 7 out of 10. So it's pretty well reviewed.
Damn, dude. Yeah, dude. I might have to check it out. The clip you sent me is fucking nuts. They lift that guy into like a ceiling, and they use part of his head to remove. It's
slams his
fucking nuts what they did to this guy.
And then he kicks that other guy's head through the wall.
Yes. I also like that shot too, and it cuts outside, and it's just like that nice little glide cam as the guy's head comes out of the wall. Pop.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
By the way, warning, this movie is like sometimes you think of like Chinese action, you think more of like, oh, it's more poetic and fluid. This one is like hard
Mm.
hitting, super violent. Things happen to the main characters where you're like, oh no, they almost get killed several times. So it has like a bit of reality to it, and there's like you can tell the stakes are there because the villains. Oh, one last thing, because if you're seeing this movie, you're probably like, ah, it's just a straightforward. Some of the characters have spirit abilities. Like this one guy's invulnerable, and the way they have to kill him is fucking nuts. It's awesome. I have to say, yeah. The more I talk about this movie, the more I want to rewatch it or introduce it to people because it's so much fun.
It
And the
sounds
way they
really
do it
fucking
too
fun.
is they don't make it. It doesn't feel stupid or out of place. It's just like you totally accept that this guy is invulnerable. It's
Have you heard of
awesome.
this movie? I want to say it's called Future Warriors or Future Cops. It's an Asian film.
No.
I don't know if it's
I'll look it up.
Chinese, but it's basically like a Street Fighter 2 the movie, but they are dressed exactly like the Street Fighter 2 characters, but they couldn't make a Street Fighter 2 movie, so they just called them something else. Did you find it? Wait a
Whoa,
minute.
this looks dope.
Dude, I
see
heard
it,
of this
yeah.
movie. I heard of this. What's it called? Future Cops?
Yeah, you're totally
Future
right. No,
Cops.
1993.
They wanted to make, I think the story is they wanted to make a Street Fighter 2 movie, but they couldn't get the rights. But they were like, they had already made the costumes and shit, and they were like, fuck it. Let's just have it's blatantly a Street Fighter 2 live action movie, but we're just going to call it something else. So like you'll see, if you look at the poster for Future Cops, you'll see like Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, all the fucking Street Fighter 2 characters.
Well, you're right. It's them, but not them.
But not
Like, some of
them.
the colors are different for the clothing.
But I've seen some of the action and the fight scenes in it, and it looks so fun. And every time, I know it's one of those that's been lingering on my watch list. I just haven't been in the mood for like a silly action movie. But I'm like, the next time I sit down, I'm gonna watch Future Cops.
Oh, by the way, Matt, if you want another crazy Hong Kong action movie, Time and Tide is dope. You know how
Oh.
in a lot of Asian countries, like they don't do the window air conditioners. It's like a secondary unit that's
Oh,
outside
yes.
the apartment. There's a scene where they're jumping down all these air
Oh, the
conditioning units
ACs?
and fighting each other at the same time.
That's fucking
It's
great.
crazy. You have to see this movie. It's nuts.
Um, that sounds fun. What is that called? Time and Tide?
Yeah, it's
Let me
Troy
check.
Hark that he did a lot
Oh,
of great
yes.
kung fu films. Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh
You-
yes,
you
yes. We
actually
were talking about
mentioned a couple of
knockoff,
yeah.
and Double Team.
Yeah, so I think you'll like it because
Dude,
this
Double
is
Team's
like
the shit.
this is him in his own element. So it's awesome.
Double Team's awesome because Dennis Rodman is a super spy, and he has to inflate this giant basketball to get inside so he can roll down a hill. It's fucking awesome. That's a movie we can't review on this show because I would just be unbiased. I would be like, this is awesome. This is awesome too. This was an awesome decision. Okay. First up for me, I cleared a cultural cult blind spot for me. I finally watched in its entirety Critters. I had never
wow.
seen the original Critters. I'd seen Critters 2, I'd seen Critters 4, and then Critters Attack. But I'd
That
never
is a
seen.
weird way to watch.
I know,
this
because you know what it was?
franchise.
Like, they would play, like, on HBO when I was a kid, and Critters 2 was on, like, all the time. And I had never seen the original Critters. So the other night, I saw it was on Amazon Prime, and I was like, fuck it, I'm watching Critters.
Oh shit!
And I watched Critters, and it's fucking great. I did not know they're called Krites, but you can call them Critters. The Krites that are in the movie, the little spiny porcupine guys, were made by the Kyoto brothers, the same guys who made the killer clowns
nice.
from outer space. So they
One
look
of our favorites.
fucking amazing. Yeah, the physical effects on them, the puppets look so good. And the movie's a blast. If you're in the mood for just like a random B movie, like it's got all the B movie stuff. It's like it takes place on a farm. Space aliens come. In this case, the aliens are the Krites. Then the cool thing that sets it apart is, and this is what I never understood, because I was like, I kind of got the gist of this in the sequels I saw, but it was like, oh, now I understand. It kind of does a Terminator thing where intergalactic bounty hunters come from another planet. They're side characters, and they're there to hunt the Krites. And I always thought they were like the keepers of the Krites, or no, the first movie, and they explain this in the first 5 minutes of the movie, so it's not a spoiler. The critters aren't just critters. They are actually intergalactic fugitives that have escaped from a prison. So they chose to escape to Earth. And so an intergalactic bounty hunter is sent after them to collect them as a bounty. And
This is not what I expected, though, because I do remember
totally
seeing
not
the
what you
VHS
expect,
and
right?
posters in Blockbuster,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's like I thought it was going to be kind of like a fun, goofy, kind of Gremlins-y type of deal.
it's totally a Gremlins knockoff, but it has this weird sci-fi bent where there's this whole intergalactic bounty hunter story. They don't cheap out on the effects, so there are like real spaceships and weapons, and like they do a whole
really?
thing with this alien society that is helping the bounty hunters. And the bounty hunters themselves are really cool. They have these their faces are like blank, right? They're a really cool species. Their faces are blank, so then the idea is why they're so good at their job is they can go to any planet and change their face to look like the people that
that's
are there.
Dope.
So when they arrive on Earth, the first thing they do are find people to copy. And one of the bounty hunters is watching MTV because it's the 80s. He's watching the MTV. They're like, what is happening on this planet? And they're playing MTV, and there's like a hair metal band, and he likes that guy's look, and he copies it. So now he looks like
that's
this
so
rock
cool.
star that's walking around, and people in the town are like, oh my God, it's the lead singer for that band. It would be like you being like, holy shit, it's Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, and he has a giant laser gun, and he's blowing up half the town, because that's what they're doing. They're there. At first, they're there to capture the Krites, and then eventually
So
they're
they
like,
don't give a
"Fuck
shit
it,
about
we're gonna
collateral damage.
They don't care, and they're told by the alien that sends them, like, watch out for your collateral damage. You fucked up a lot of stuff on this other planet. Don't mess up. And they're like, they like turn that guy off. They're like, we don't give a shit. And they blow up half this town trying to trap the fucking critters.
By the way, isn't it funny that it's like those Lethal Weapon style characters, because of the era, also translates to those like
Totally.
just people
To our
that just
B
cause
movies.
calamity
Yes.
no matter where they go.
Yes, it's awesome. It's so fun. The effects are great. The critters are hilarious because kind of like the Gremlins, like, you know, when you first start Gremlins, you're like, oh my God, they're kind of scary. Then they sort of get silly. And then by the end of that movie, they're like breakdancing, and you have all the funny bits with them in the bar. Critters kind of escalates the same way. When you first meet the Krites, they are a little frightening. But then they do silly shit. By the end of the movie, they talk to each other. They're subtitled, and their subtitled conversations are fucking hilarious. It'll be like,
So they came up with a language for these things too?
yes, they talk. They're like, they talk, and it'll be subtitled, and it'll be like, oh my God, that lady has a shotgun. And then the other critter will be like, oh fuck. And then you'll see somebody come out and try to shoot them. It's really funny.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Dude,
kind of
that's-
awesome.
Who
Yeah.
would have thought that Critters has like super detailed world building?
Critters has lore.
Our favorite word.
Yeah, dude. Critters has major lore. You would not expect
That's
it, but
crazy.
it does. Yeah.
I thought it was like some B and C movie at first.
You know what it is? It's a B movie with A movie aspirations. And it kind of succeeds. And there's fun gore in it. And I was surprised that it's not as it's not as like R-rated, like gore. You expect limbs to be flying off. It's pretty
Yeah.
tame, but it's super entertaining. And the
But
critters
even
are
for
fucking
that
great.
time, it's usually during that period, like even a PG movie was pretty violent, right?
Yeah, totally. It's very honestly, it's as close to Gremlins I think as you're gonna get, like in terms of humor, the surprising amount of gore, the weird lore, all the rules. Like you could definitely tell, like they were like, all right, we want to make Gremlins came out was a big hit. We need to do something that's like this, and this is awesome. I had a really good time with it.
All right, I think I'm gonna check it
Oh,
out.
and by the way, this pays off something earlier that I said. A young Billy Zane is in this movie, and he has
Oh,
hair.
that's right.
He has hair. He plays the boyfriend. So the Kreitz land at a barn, and on this farm, there's a family, and the family has an older sister, and she sneaks out to be with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend is Billy Zane.
Oh shit!
And I
Wow.
didn't realize it was him because he had hair. I was like, wait a minute. And then I had to stop, and the Amazon X-ray vision came up, and it was like Billy Zane.
You may not have. It's a trivia.
Yeah.
He had hair at this time.
Right. This was
He
before.
would go on to lose his hair and his career later.
This is before male pattern baldness set in for Billy. Okay.
Back in the day, male pattern baldness was a curse before Jason Statham appeared.
Right.
Like fucking Billy Zane, by the way, could have easily, after the Phantom, he could have been the first bald action hero.
Yes.
But that went to Jason Statham.
That went to Statham. And well, actually, it went kind of to Bruce Willis in that
Oh,
midpoint.
that's true, yeah.
But then it
He
became
paved
Statham.
the way for baldies.
He did. He shaved the way, if you want to say. He paved it real smooth. Did you see that trailer
Dude,
before
that has
Flight
to be a
Risk?
clip. That was fucking hilarious, man.
Did you
Oh
see
my
that trailer
god.
before Flight Risk of the new Statham movie where he's like a construction worker?
Dude, he's like a working
Hard working
by the way,
man.
some guy did like some breakdown of his movie. He's like he always says what he is, and he's always some like
I'm a
just
beekeeper.
regular guy. But it's never that though. He's like he's
Nope.
a beekeeper, but he actually doesn't know problem. He just does barely any. He's more like killing people.
And there's always a part of the trailer where they're
He
like,
always-
who are you supposed to be? And then it cuts to the title, and then this time it was like, a hard-working man.
But by the way, this is I kind of like it. It's almost like a throwback because remember when Schwarzenegger would do that? He'd always be like a construction worker or like a police officer. Or it's like just some like your average guy.
Something that
job,
would make
you know?
sense with his enormous this enormous body. That's why like in True Lies it was so ridiculous that he was supposed to be a computer salesman, and I had to get the T89s and the keyboards out, and I had extra orders for more keyboards. You're like, are you fucking kidding? Like, what, dude?
That's so true. I totally forgot about that. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's why in Total Recall he's a futuristic construction worker.
That's so true. Holy
That's true.
shit.
It's true as shit. It's true as shit. Mark, what's next for you on Rex, buddy?
I actually might have three because I completely forgot that. Okay, the next movie is the one I'm totally recommending because it is perhaps the most insane action movie I have seen. That was like a recommendation for a throwback, and that was The Taking of Beverly Hills.
Oh,
My God, this movie, you know how I was like, with Flow, I was sending it to all my friends groups. It's like, it is the greatest movie ever made. And now I'm doing the same thing with The Taking of Beverly Hills. It's so much fucking fun. The lead actor's actually awesome. He's a sweetheart. He looks like some rapey jock, but he's very respectful. He's kind. He'd be like an awesome friend. Don't be fooled by the way he looks and your idea of people with ripped muscles and like mullets. He's a really sweet guy. You will want him to be your friend. He like encourages people. He beats people up for his friends.
He encourages people
He risks his
or
life.
beats them up.
Dude, you have to see it. He's actually a really good
I
human
really
being
want to.
in
Oh,
this
I just
movie.
saw that clip.
He's respectful to women. He doesn't treat them like shit.
There was this clip
He's
floating
actually-
around, and I had never heard of the movie, and I sent it to you, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This looks great." I still haven't been
Yeah.
able to find it. So
I think
I'm
you're the one. You're probably the reason why I watched this movie.
yeah.
Unfortunately, there's no like. I think you
There's no
have to get a
streaming.
physical media. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to get the physical media. It should. It deserves a 4K. By the way, there's a chase sequence with a pickup truck and flamethrower. Because I know you never watched like goddamn recommendations. I swear to God, there's a
Dude, I'm
fucking
gonna
pickup
watch
truck
this one.
with flamethrowers. A car falls through a building. It's fucking insane. This is, by the way, when I saw, I rewatched Lethal Weapon recently. This has more action than Lethal Weapon. The premise is
Jeez.
dope. It's a bunch of people that are robbing Beverly Hills, and they create a fake chemical. This all happens at the beginning. They create a fake chemical spill so they can rob all these houses, and these two guys have to protect it. It's a buddy cop movie. It's an action movie. It's so much fucking fun. I'm
Shit.
not even joking. This does not look like a B movie. It looks like if you had put like a young Mel Gibson in this or someone else of that time,
It would
this
have been
would
a huge
probably
hit.
be people would have been still talking about this movie now. But because it has nobodies in it, there are some. I think the who's that guy? Max Headroom's in it. That guy's in
Oh
it.
yeah,
There's a
Matt
couple
Frewer.
well-known actors.
Matt Frewer.
Yeah, you'll notice people when you watch the movie. There's a whole bunch of very familiar faces, but that the action is at the heart of this movie, and it's all physical effects. It's all shot on film, of
Shit.
course, because of the time it's in. It is a great ride. If you're having a bad week and you're just like, I want to turn my brain off and watch something fun and restore my faith in humanity, you've got to see this movie because it's so much fucking fun.
Oh
Just
man.
eat snacks and watch it. It's
I
great.
I really want to see it. There's no yeah, I might just cave and buy a DVD or something so I can see it.
You should. I think this is a movie that I want to own, and I hope a high quality Blu-ray or
You need like
Ultra
a
HD version comes out. It is
Arrow
so
video
good looking,
to
man.
release this or something.
Dude, even as on a 1080p copy, it looks great. I'm telling you, no one's gonna believe me because it's just a
No, I
old-ass
believe you.
movie that has, dude, this
That
has
clip I sent
well,
you looks
I'm not
fucking
saying
crazy.
Well, here's the thing is like I have a feeling people will look it up on usually the first thing they'll do is they'll go to like Metacritic or
Yep.
IMDb and it's
Oh,
got a
fuck
5.
that.
It
Yeah,
does
don't
not
look at
deserve
that.
a
Don't look
fucking
at the
5, man.
scores.
This movie is easily a 7 to 10 range action movie. It's awesome. I'm going to shut up about it because I don't want
I
to
wanna
spoil
see
anything
it.
other than
God damn.
you must see this movie. Find a way to see it.
All right, yeah, I want to see this shit. I know Mark has been all over our text thread all weekend about this, so I was like, "Fuck, I gotta watch this movie. I really want to see it."
Well, you started it because if
Yeah.
it wasn't for you, I mean, I had seen after watching the movie, I had seen a couple because well, people on those like those retro Instagram accounts will be like, "Here's a stupid scene,"
Yes.
so this has a couple of those in it, but goddamn, this is a great movie.
I
Trust
know.
me,
I feel like
it's
Tommy and
awesome.
I on the text thread both realized at the same time that it's not streaming anywhere. We were both like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, you got to buy a
'Cause
copy
neither
of
of
it,
us are
but
tech savvy.
but here's the thing: is it's like if you own a copy of this, guaranteed you will watch it a few times. It's super fun.
Yeah, I might just snag a disc of it. All right,
Do
there you go.
it.
Taking of Beverly Hills. My next rec is one that I almost feel like I don't even need to rec because it's just like a fantastic 5-star movie. I actually think Mark, you were the reason I rewatched this. I watched Mystery Men this week, and I watched it twice.
Yes.
I love Mystery Men. But this week I was like, I just wanted to put something on that was like comfort. I just wanted comfort food, basically. I was like, I want something I know I'm gonna love. And I was like, I basically want an excuse to get off my phone. I was like, I want to just be involved in a movie. I don't want to be thinking about other things. And Mystery Men is one of those like desert island movies for me. I can quote it. I love it. And I just put it on, and I was like, I thought, oh, I'll put it on in the background. I'll look up occasionally to catch a couple scenes. And I wound up getting totally engrossed in the movie, and I loved it so much. I opened my 4K of it. I have a Kino 4K of
There's
it.
a 4K?
There's a 4K with slip, my brother, from Kino Lorber, and it looks
Oh
fantastic.
shit.
Yep, I popped it in. So I watched it on Amazon Prime, and then I caught the 4K, and I was like, God damn, this looks
Wow.
great.
Dude, that is high praise coming from you because you generally don't open those rare
I
ones.
try not
you know?
to, yeah. And I was just like, I don't care. I want to see this. And it's loaded with features. There's like I think a bunch of them are ported over from the Blu-ray. I had the Blu-ray of this, but it's like Kinka Usher, the director, does a commentary. There's all this fun behind the scenes stuff. I love to watch that stuff. So if you can get, I'm sure it's probably still available, but if you can get, let's check. If you can get
It's
the
like
Kino,
over $100 now.
if you
How's
can
that
get the
4K
Kino
transfer,
4K,
by the way?
it's beautiful. It looks fucking great.
I've not seen a good copy
oh,
of this movie anywhere. So
Mark, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. It's still available. It's only $26.
Holy
You
shit!
can buy it
Sweet.
direct. Let me see. How do I get to the chat? Here it is. Everybody can hear
Dude,
me.
the Blue Raja is my favorite when he's at the
The
dining
Blue
room scene.
Raja, thank you.
Or the what was that stupid pun he makes to the
He's like-
server, and then
he's
she's
like,
just completely
Hopefully you'll
ignored
fork
him
give
at
me
the diner.
if I forget. Yeah.
That little laugh he does is such a cool detail.
I'm just
Or the
saying the
fact-
steak eater picks the pocket of the salad man. I love that when they're like, fucking order a steak then.
I love that movie so much.
I
I had a
dropped it.
similar experience because I turned it on too and just wound up watching it all the way through.
It sucks you in. It sucks you in. It's so fucking good. I just love all
And
the
Greg
decisions.
Kinnear has all the
All the
logos
endorsements.
of this. Yeah.
Captain Amazing, I heard you lost your Pepsi endorsement. I had not heard that. I also love when Greg Kinnear gets mad later and he's like, "You're a moron! You're a moron! How about you hit the fucking switch, lady? You're a moron!" I was like, dude, Greg Kinnear's hilarious. I forgot about Greg Kinnear. Anyway,
Oh,
catch
shit,
Mystery
I love
Men.
that
It's on
movie so
Amazon
much.
Prime, or if you're a physical media person, to Kino Lorber 4K. Mark, I dropped the link in the chat for you. You can get the 4K with
Dude.
slip for $26 from Kino Lorber.
Not to turn this into a physical media section, but do you sometimes do this thing where it's like there's like the two version and they're like slip, no slip, and if it's out of stock on the slip one, you're like, fuck it, I'm not buying it now.
I'm gonna tell you, I used to not care about slips, and now I'm becoming one of those people who's like, I want the slip cover. The slip cover is what I want. All of a sudden, I went to caring about the paper cover. I became one of these people.
By the way, you know what's funny? You know that when I was ordering the fall and you saw me because I
Oh,
ordered
yeah.
4 of them to get the free shipping and stuff. There were some movies that I really wanted, but I subbed them out for hardware and that Joint Strike one because they didn't have the slips. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm not gonna order.
No slip, no deal.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a line from a 90s movie.
Yeah, that's the Taking of Beverly Hills 2, where they've robbed the physical media store. They robbed the tower. No slip, no deal. So that's me. Those are my only 2 recs. It was a lighter week for me because I was just kind of busy and I had stuff going on. And so I only got to watch Mystery Men, Critters, and I did finish, by the way, and I wrecked it last week, but I did finish Creature Commandos, and I fucking
And?
loved it. I loved it.
So it's all the way through a good.
It's an all
show.
the way for me, but I'm biased. I love that James Gunn shit. So I know a lot of people have been down on it. It's just one of
really?
those things. Yeah, it's. I think a lot of people are poking holes in it, but I don't care. Like I just have such a good time with it.
Like we like Flight Risk, so who gives a shit?
Who gives a
about
shit?
holes?
So there you go. Mystery Men, Creature Commandos, and Critters are my picks this week. Mark, do you have any other recs you wanted to do?
I actually, yeah, the one I forgot it'll be super fast. It was called A Different Man. It's a very
Oh, shit,
interesting
yes.
and weird movie. It looks like, I believe it was shot on film. And
Funny
'cause
enough, it is
looks,
an A24 movie.
Yeah. But here's the thing is I do like their movies, but like, when it comes to mainstream stuff, it's like I want something like Flight Risk or The
Yes.
Taking of Beverly Hills. But I do love me an A24 movie, and this one is really good, very well made. Sebastian Stan's awesome in it. It makes you think. It has like a great everyone in the cast is awesome. It looks gorgeous. It looks like I think I've been telling people it looks very much like even though it's contemporary, it looks like a 70s 80s movie. And it does have, and you can tell. I feel as though it was shot on film. When I Googled it, I think it said so. So you can tell the difference immediately. Like, oh wow, it feels just so much more organic and easier on the eyes.
And it's that
Anyway,
guy
it's a
from
really good movie.
from Under the Skin. Under the Skin's a great movie. But it's that
Oh,
guy,
shit.
right? The guy with
I
the
think
he's
so.
got like a facial difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
think
here's the
he's
thing.
in Under the Skin.
I didn't know about this movie. I just happened to see it come on Max, and it had like an Oscar nominee, little blurb underneath. So I was like, well, I guess I should probably watch something that's of note. And I decided. So I went in cold. So I unfortunately don't know too much about the movie, other than that it's very well acted, very well made, and it has a very interesting ending, which I'm still trying to figure out. So I may give it another watch, but it's
Yes,
definitely worth seeing.
the actor's name is Adam Pearson, and I saw him previously in Under the Skin.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I think I've seen him from like, they'll have posters with his quotes. So I remember seeing him that way, and he's fantastic in the movie. He's very charismatic, gives a great performance. So if you're
yeah.
looking for good acting performances,
Yeah,
this is
sometimes
definitely the
like
movie.
I get in that mood where I'm like, I'm not even joking, dude. I get in that mood where I'm like, I want a movie with some good acting. Like I'm after just like a good performance. Sometimes I get
Yeah.
like that, like when I watch Glenn Ross or something, I was like, I want an
Yeah.
acting movie that's all acting. I
Yeah.
just want like fucking crazy in your face perform, or like the kind of movie where afterwards you're quoting that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe how good he was in this movie. So it's kind of sounds like this is close to that. If you're in the mood for like an
Yeah,
acting movie.
it's definitely more low key, and it has a more realistic feel to it. It doesn't, I don't know, there's something about it where you just feel like you're just sitting with these people in the room and listening to them talk. It's very, very good. I know
Yeah.
that probably didn't sound so interesting the way I just described it,
No,
but
it actually sounds
it's
really
very
cool.
engaging actually. So
And the
if you get a
trailer's
chance,
very
check
cool.
it
It
out.
caught my eye because it popped up on Max, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because I've been going to Max. I've been going to Max more than usual because I watched Creature Commandos there, and
Oh,
it
that's
popped
right.
up on the main screen, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because
Yeah,
the
check it out,
Sebastian
dude. I'd
Stan
be
movie
curious
that
to
I'm
see.
aware of is the one where he plays Trump, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but
You know what? I heard good
I've heard it's
things about
good.
that
Yeah, I've
one.
heard it's
Yeah.
really good. So that's another one I do want to catch. The Apprentice is what that's called. So there you go. A different man. Not to be confused with a hard-working man. Who you supposed to be? Ba-dum, a different man. That's what the...
There's gonna be a Jason Statham version.
Yep. Leave it to David Ayer and Jason Statham.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. From the director of
David
Suicide
Ayer.
Squad and
Dude, that's all they tag him in.
Beekeeper. Who you supposed to be? Male pattern baldness.
That's gonna be his last movie, male pattern baldness.
Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. That's it.
Oh shit.
We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.